Good evening, you streamers. It's Miss Reed again, back with the fifth installment of The Big Read. All right, this week's episode, of Interior Therapy with Jeff Lewis was a rather tense episode. Um, I think he kind of met his match in the decorating world when he ran upon his client Adam, who's a photographer of houses of all things, and his girlfriend Yvonne, who's a yoga instructor. First of all, I want to say that if you haven't been watching this show, which comes on Bravo every Wednesday night, um, you need to watch the show. Jeff Lewis started out in Flipping Out, I believe. Jeff Lewis is like the pit bull of the interior decorating world for all gay people. He is the bullet, honey. He's the 45. He's the mad dog. He's going to say what he wants to say, and there's not going to be no beans about it. He doesn't care if he steps on somebody's feelings or their hair, whichever comes first. You'll never see any actual physical altercations in the show. But his zingers, honey, his zingers are so good. Jeff, I praise you. I love you. I want to be like you when I grow up. Anyway, in this week's episode of Interior Therapy with Jeff Lewis, like I said, he ran upon Adam and Yvonne, who were the most mismatched couple ever. Besides the fact that they're a mismatched couple, this guy's house was immaculately not so well put together. Okay, first of all, the guy's walking around in, these tight shirts and bow ties, with these jackets on. He's English. And, for what it's worth to all my Brits, big ups to you. Not trying to put you down, but this guy makes you guys look little out there. Moving right along, when Jeff and Jenny first walk into the house, Jenny notices that there on the wall that there's a picture of three little tiny penises. Okay, is that a representation of Adam's junk? Or is that just a very small but loud statement? Hello, I'm gay. I'm putting on a front with my yoga instructor girlfriend who's really been my friend for years, and I'm just now deciding whether I'm going to put up with her for the rest of my life. It was crazy. So anyway, Jenny points this out. Hey, you've got some penises on the wall. And Adam breaks out with, oh yeah, girl, they light up. The penises started lighting up. It was too much. Way too much. Jeff's eyes got so big, I pure thought they was going to pop out of his head, child. I mean, it was crazy. If you watched the show, you would have saw it. So, that kind of got the ball rolling. I'm sorry. That was just funny. Anyhow, the light up penises on the wall. His house, like I said, it was immaculately not well put together. It was sort of like a hoo-ha, kind of like a whodunit and ha-ha, what a joke sort of thing. It was terrible. It was terrible. Jeff kept pinning him to the wall with like all these weird questions about sex and things like that. But after a while I kind of got it, because if you noticed, Adam and Yvonne, they were a very off couple, and there was no possible way that anything was happening in the bedroom between those two. It just couldn't be possible, honey. When I say the relationship is a complete cover-up, that's exactly what I mean. Obviously this guy has not matured yet enough, even in his physical grown man state, to say, hey, I'm gay, and be done with it. Crazy. Complete craziness. Anywho, so Jeff's thinking, oh my God, the guy's gay. Their relationship is very stiff and very boring, as this guy's house. Jeff was very frustrated with Adam, because Adam was very standoffish. Not one time did he say, hey, I really like this, or I really don't like that. He just kind of didn't give him anything to work with. And that was the first time that I'd actually seen Jeff frustrated with a client, to the point of probably would have ran this person over, with a golf cart or something if he could have got his hands on it. But anyway, moving right along. So the house is a complete clusterfuck. That's the word that I have to use, excuse me. Um, Moving along into the guest bedroom, uh, Adam's like, oh, you guys can sleep in here. And everything's all good until they walk in. There's like this multicolored robot looking thing sitting there that apparently when you touch it, it makes like this techno and Atari kind of sound music, and these bulging eyes that it has like lights up, and it's just like glaring at you like totally. It made me feel creeped out and uncomfortable, so you can only imagine how they felt when they actually slept in there. But anyway, it turned out to be a huge funny for them. Jenny and Jeff laughed through the night about this hideous robot thing that was sitting in this grown man's house. And then the taxidermy. Oh my Lord, honey. Let me tell you something. I'm not a fan of roadkill. I don't want to see it sitting on my table. When I walk into a person's house, if there's a dead animal, okay, looking me directly in my face, I must immediately exit. All right, let's exit. No dead animals. Not cute, not precious at all. Adam goes, oh, it's an acquired taste. Well, you're an acquired taste kind of guy, as we can all see. That was just too creepy for me. Um, Jeff, at some point during the show, asked if the robot was straight because it kept looking at him through the night. And so Adam says, oh, he's probably looking at Yvonne's ass. And Jeff goes, are you sure? Are you sure that the robot is actually straight? You would have just had to been there. But very, very tight sort of people. And let's talk about the way they dressed. Horrible. I can see why this guy's house looked the way that it did. For him to be dressed the way that he was, it was sort of like a patsy sort of. Oh, and she was so drab and boring, and she had on like this dreadful, red plaid like short skirt top thing that was sewn together, and she had these huge like black clunky shoes on, and it's like, girl, you're a yoga instructor, honey. If you couldn't come up with something better than that, they make yoga pants, girl. They make yoga pants. Anyway, I mean, the stuff that they were rocking, I don't even think Goodwill would be seen with this shit in their stores, seriously. And I'm an avid Goodwill shopper, and I gotta say, you can find some dope shit in Goodwill, but that, not so much. But anyway, the show went on, and Jeff, really, really kind of went in on Adam and Yvonne, in between counseling Yvonne on, girl, how dumb can you be? This child don't want you here. You know, obviously he's gay. To, Adam, you're very weird. Did your mother love you, sort of thing. Are you hiding dead bodies in the basement? I don't know. The taxidermy. It threw me for a loop. Anywho, so finally we get around, and Jeff and Jenny take Adam and Yvonne to this huge furniture store. And they actually said in the show, look, if you can't find anything in here, then, you've got an issue. And I mean, this store had some gorgeous pieces. Stuff that Yvonne was picking out that actually made sense, Adam hated. Things that Adam that was picking out that, of course, didn't make any sense, Yvonne hated, and with good reason. But at one point, he kind of got a little nasty with her. He's like, hey, it's my house. And it was like a jab, like it's my house. Stab, stab, stab. Stay away. Don't pick out anything. Do what I tell you. I'm gay. Yeah, and it really hurt her feelings. And I think she finally realized that, hey, this just not going to work. Why am I trying to hold on to this person? I mean, it was completely ridiculous. I don't know. Does he have a lot of money? I don't understand what the deal was about this dude, but it was certainly a turn off for me. And honey, good luck finding a boyfriend, okay? I just don't know who's going to put up with that. So the basis of, Wednesday night show was, you know, showing people's true colors, I think, was the bottom line of the show. And if you watched it and you really were that in tune with it, I think that, you could see that. I think even though Jeff was very frustrated that he couldn't really connect with Adam and get through to him as far as the whole decorating, I think that he was, proud and all right with the fact that he was able to get through to Yvonne, as well as Jenny. Jenny was some help too. She's so funny. I just love her. Um, but anyway, that was that. And as I said, Interior Therapy with Jeff Lewis comes on Bravo every Wednesday night. I'm not going to tell you what time because I think it's a 9 o'clock issue. And right after that is the New York real estate show. I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure Interior Therapy with Jeff Lewis does come on at 9 o'clock on Wednesday nights on Bravo. You can catch the show. Obviously, you can go to bravo.com and catch more of it, and you can catch that particular episode that I'm talking about. That's basically all that I have as far as that for this week. But get back with me tomorrow night. And we'll be talking about some more juicy stuff. Still got to talk about the next episode of Don't Be Tardy for the Wedding. Kathy Griffin's new show that's out. We've got to talk about that, and always What Happens Live, because you never know what's going to happen on what Happens Live. I don't even think Andy knows. I love you, Andy. Anyway, my name is Aquila. If you have any suggestions, any rants or raves or whatever you want to talk about, you can email me at aquila32@gmail.com. I will read and I will get back with you and we'll discuss and we'll just keep making beautiful video blogs together because you guys mean everything to me and I do appreciate you watching this. And with that being said, I love you. I love you all. I feel as though I'm receiving an award tonight. But I do. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you tomorrow night. We have a date. All right. Bye-bye. Mwah.